Hello, and welcome back to Coffee and Conversations, where we expose the hidden nuances that are typically only privy for agents and brokers. Today, my guest is Ben Belack, leading agent here in Los Angeles, astute colleague of mine at the agency, and TV celebrity star from Buying Beverly Hills.
That's me. Hi. And I'm going to expose that there's no coffee here on this show, by the way.
It's a little later in the day.
Okay, fine.
Okay, you're right.
That's fair.
I failed. Tell us about this extraordinary listing that you have.
Sure. We are in Beverly Hills, but not just any section of the Beverly Hills. We're in the Flats, which is actually a very small area. We are a short walk to world-class hotels, world-class dining, and of course, all of the incredible retail shopping of Rodeo Drive. The address here is 610 North Canon. The price is $23.5 million. The property is 5 bedrooms and 8 bathrooms across about 7,500 square feet, including the guest house. The house is fairly young. It was built not long ago. However, in 2019, it underwent a massive overhaul and renovation that was led by Michael S. Smith, who most people know from him being hired to renovate the private residences during the Obama presidency in the White House. A home like this truly is aspirational. Michael Smith is known for classic European elements blended seamlessly into Americana, and you really don't see this style in the Flats of Beverly Hills. You actually see it more on the west side of Los Angeles, like Brentwood. So it's refreshing to see this here, and I am so excited that I have the opportunity to sell it.
Now that I have you here, Ben,
Yeah?
there's the other element of Coffee and Conversations that I would like to ask you about.
Okay.
And in the world of real estate, not everybody is privy to the little nuances. And I was curious if you would share something with us that you feel that people don't usually know about when they're buying or selling a home.
How much time do we have? There's so much. I would say that people don't understand how many steps there are, even in a state like California, where we help people buy and sell, which has been extremely efficiently organized. There's so many steps. I think nowadays, because of the availability of data, whether it's accurate or not, people feel like real estate agents just kind of open up doors. And I will say, in the consumer's defense, real estate agents have a pack mentality when it comes to marketing. So during this last run we had after the pandemic and into 2021 and early 2022, agents were constantly announcing sold over asking, after they were intentionally pricing on the lower end to create more urgency and competition. And by doing that as an effort to tell everyone, hey, this is how great I am at this, the consumers started to feel justifiably that we don't do much. We just open the door, the masses show up, and we ring the cash register, and that is not what we do at all. And because we wear so many hats, I think people, once they actually get into the transaction, particularly one that's not so straightforward, they see there's so many things to know, especially in a marketplace like ours here in Los Angeles, where we don't just bring a general inspector like they do in a condo in New York or San Francisco. We often bring, aside from a moisture mold inspector, and someone to look at a chimney, we also bring people to get under the house and look at the foundation, or bring out a geologist to tell us where the house is going to go in an earthquake, or a structural engineer. And all these people contribute to why a deal can fall apart.
Yes, and it actually brings up something that recently just happened in a closing that I had this last week, was sellers and buyers. We protect them from all of these things that are happening behind the scenes, because it's such an emotional time, and especially now with the fires and the transactions that are happening, emotions are so heightened, and we're behind the scenes, like putting out these little tripping spots or these little glitches that end up happening, and we never share them with them because we don't want them going on these emotional roller coasters up and down. And so they actually don't really know what our job is and what we're doing, and nor should we be sharing that with them, because being a professional, that's what we're here to do, is to protect them.
Sure.
Is that what you're speaking about?
Yeah,
well?
yeah, I think so. I mean, I also think, like, when you're buying a house and the lender's all over you for every document that you could possibly find from the last 10 years, who really wants to read through a natural hazard disclosure report, or get in the weeds on a preliminary title report, or read all 80 pages of the general inspection, or read through every line of the seller disclosures or all the statutory advisories that we put in them? So we're kind of like the first and last line of defense, right? We're like, hey, don't buy that house. And then once we're in contract, we're like, hey, just want to make sure you saw this thing that I saw. And with us, I feel like anytime someone is making either a portion of their salary as commission or the entire portion is like us, the consumer's always going to hold us in some contempt because they think we're trying to close them. But the truth is in 2024, 71% of real estate agents did 0 transactions. They did 0. And I bet if you were to bring it up to 1 or less, it would be like 85%. And so it's not an easy space. So I wish the general public, for those of you watching, would you give us some grace? Okay, this is tough. It's a tough gig. You don't know what I did to get where I'm seated right now for the last 12 years in the rain, like all sorts of craziness.
Thank you so much for joining us here today on Coffee and Conversations. And thank you, Ben.
Thank you.
Thanks much.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks so much for your candid rapport and your information. It's so helpful, and people really appreciate knowing what's going on behind the scenes and you sharing it. Thanks.
My pleasure. I mean, the truth is, anytime I can get a colleague in a listing of mine or a camera in front of me, I'll talk to anyone who will listen. So thank you for coming.
All right.